guys, so today's video is going to be a wee bit different. Rather than one of my usual music guinea pig videos, I want to discuss guinea pig bedding today. I'm sure every guinea pig owner goes through similar process as I have gone through when I first got my guinea pigs, trialing out different bedding and finding what works for you and your guinea pigs. Now, everybody's needs are different when it comes to bedding. Guinea pigs, obviously it's very important that the bedding suits guinea pigs. So that's the first concern. Is the bedding safe for your guinea pigs? Is it appropriate to use? And then the other thing is, does the bedding suit you as an owner? Does it meet what you can afford for the bedding? Does it meet your criteria for maintenance? So everybody, I think, goes through the same process of trying various options, because when you read up about bedding, you find all these various options and they suit one person or another person, and you know, for the people that it suits, they highly recommend it. But that doesn't mean necessarily it will work for you. So when I first got guinea pigs, we had decided to get a couple of guinea pigs from a UK pet store called Pets at Home, and we decided to keep them outside. When we bought the guinea pigs, we actually were advised by the sales assistant that because it was, I think, October-ish, we shouldn't really put them outside because it was coming up to the winter and we should wait until the spring to put them outside. So we already had bought a hutch prior to going out and buying the guinea pigs, so that hutch got never used. So we bought a big pet shop cage with it and got our two guinea pigs, and they were in the same room that the guinea pigs are in now, but back then we just moved into the house. We didn't have any furniture in this room at all. It was just their cage and that was it. It was a big Nero cage, which again Pets at Home sell, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with them. You know, while I'm glad I'm not using pet shop cages anymore, that was what came recommended by pet shops. Anyway, I'm going way off topic. But basically, in those pet shop cages, the first bedding I ever tried out was newspaper with shredded paper on top. I thought it'd be really good, really economical, because my husband got shredded paper from work. I didn't have to pay anything. My parents-in-law gave us newspaper. They collected newspapers from their neighbors and friends, so I got a big box of newspaper and I thought it was brilliant. Within a few days it turned out it wasn't brilliant. There's nothing more disgusting than soiled newspaper and shredded paper to me. So that didn't work out. So pretty soon after, you know, I started doing my research. Like a lot of people, I did a bit of research before, but mainly once I had the guinea pigs, I did most of the research. I had guinea pigs when I was a teenager, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but I had no clue. So I started doing my research, and I came across Sawdust. Now, if you look on top of the pink boxes there, that's Sawdust. So that was the next bedding I used. And it was great. It's still to this day. Oh, let me try and fix my camera. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so Sawdust still to this day is my favorite bedding. It's the bedding that I would completely recommend for everybody. It just works, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So what it does, similar to Fleece, you know, the liquids seep through but not bag up. But it's, in my opinion, a lot better than Fleece. It's a lot more powerful. It really stays dry. I find with Fleece, after a while, it does become wet on the surface, while this just doesn't. It's amazing, amazing stuff. And it works absolutely fine when you only have a few guinea pigs, because, you know, you have it in your cage, you know, get a big piece, put it in your CNC cage. At the end of the, you know, tidy it up every day, spot clean it. At the end of the week, take it out, put it in the bag, stuff it in the washing machine, give it a wash, put another piece in, and let that one dry for next week. And it's brilliant. It just works. It's expensive at first, but in the long run, you know, it lasts you for a long time. This is one of the first pieces of fleece I got, and I'm still using it every so often. I have a lot more which I now gave away to a person who just started having guinea pigs. But I still use it in some areas of my cage. So the reason I stopped is because that bed is really, really bulky. And I just, you know, as my herd expanded, I couldn't get enough in the washing machine. So I stopped using that bed at that point. The guinea pigs are arguing. Still going on a bit of bickering because some of you may not know, but I have a few new guinea pigs. Not just Frankie, which I introduced in my other video, but also that skinny you see there walking, and then a Himalayan that you can see in the furthest box. And I will do a more detailed video on them. Anyway, bit off topic here. So where was I? Yeah, so as my cage expanded, the vet bed wasn't an option because I just couldn't get enough in the washing machine, and it just didn't work out. At that point I moved onwards to Fleece, which is a lot thinner, it's cheaper, and it just worked for me for a while. When I had my big CNC cage, I had to do, I literally took out the fleece twice a day, put it in the washing machine, so my washing machine was forever on, and I broke a tumble dryer with it because there was just so much air going into it. It blocked the tumble dryer up, so I broke a tumble dryer and nearly broke my washing machine. I think I actually broke one washing machine because there was just so much gunk going into the washing machine and blocking up drains. But I didn't know, put it in a bag. If you put the fleece in a bag, you tie a knot in the bag, all the stuff is contained in the bag and you don't damage your machine. So that's one of the best tips ever if you use fleece, you know. Shake it out, get as much off as you can, but then put it in a bag. And, you know, I do like fleece. It's nice to get it in all different shapes, in all different colors. And, you know, you can be really creative and it can be really fun. And the guinea pigs really love it as well. But there's a couple of drawbacks I found. With this many guinea pigs, obviously I need a lot of fleece, and you know, I already mentioned the tear and wear on washing machines and tumble dryers. I'm actually no longer using a tumble dryer, so getting the stuff dry in the winter can be a bit of a challenge. And then I find with this many guinea pigs as well, it doesn't stay dry as long as I need it to be, because you know, my cage is a great size cage, but I would say, and I'm quite honest about it, with 11 guinea pigs the cage is too small. And the reason I can say that with a good conscience is that my guinea pigs aren't contained to the cage, they jump out. But most of their business they do inside the cage, so fleece just doesn't work out. So let me stress that again, just about my cage size. It is too small for 11 guinea pigs. But it's not a problem for me because my guinea pigs jump out and they have areas outside the cage where they can sit, and where they do sit and where they spend a lot of time and they enjoy, and they get all the exercise they want running around this room. Or with new pigs they actually go through the rest of the house again. So I have, you know, they free range now around the whole house again. So let me show you some of the free ranging areas. So just opposite the cage, and sorry, the camera is... Actually, it's my camera stand, it's not cooperating. So, come on. So, just opposite the cage, as you walk in from the kitchen, I have a free ranging area here where they have a box, one of these wooden hidey houses, and a bowl of pellets. Right next to the cage, they have a little tray where they can sit. Right over there, at that side of the cage, they have another tray with a box and a sofa bed. They like that to jump in and out of. They sit on it. And then next to the window, we have another area where they can sit, and sometimes most of the pigs sit there for sleep, especially when it's cold, they like that. So, you know, again, bottom line, the cage is too small for 11 guinea pigs. But because they're free range, it's not an issue in this case. So anyway, with that many guinea pigs in that contained area, the fleece was getting wet on top. And the main issue I also had with it, that one of my guinea pigs had a bad eye, and this went on for a long while. We took her to the vet, we tried to get it fixed, nothing had, until I stopped using fleece and put them on horse bedding, and her eye is now beautiful. It's big again. hardly any discharge. When a few months ago I went back to Fleece, the ice started flaring up again. So I can use Fleece, but only for a short limit of time, because I don't know what it is with the Fleece. It could be the washing powder, or I don't know what it is. It just affects the eyes, so I try and keep them off it. The other benefit of some of the horse bedding, I find the smell of guinea pigs is less prominent than when they are on Fleece. I do find Fleece smells a lot, and it's not just soiled. It's just after a while the Fleece itself got a weird smell to it. So I find with some of the horse bedding I get that the smell isn't as prominent. So what did I try out? I tried out Megazor, which is a cardboard based horse bedding. It's great because it's light. So last year when I had health issues and I couldn't lift heavy things, it was a good option, but I only used it a few weeks because it has a weird smell to it, but also I found it's quite dusty, so I kind of had to open it outside, get as much of the dust out as I could and put it inside, and it went everywhere, just everywhere, over the guinea pig's coats, and you know, it's really good, it's very absorbent, but it's just too dusty and it didn't fit my purpose. So now what I'm using is Easibed, and I have been using Easibed for a while. Again, it's a bedding typically used for horses. It looks, when you see it, you think, oh my god, they get splinters from it, but they don't. It's really super soft. Right, let me show you this. And let me angle my camera down. So this is it. I can touch it. It's really, really soft. When I just clean out the guinea pig cages, the guinea pig cage, I actually can walk over it with my bare feet. I wouldn't do that once a guinea pig have been in their mind, but not because of the quality of the bedding. So it's super soft. It's really absorbent. There you go. It's a wee bit expensive. I think a bale is just short of £9, and a bale lasts me 2 weeks. So it's not the cheapest of bedding, but it means I don't have to clean the pigs out every day the way I had on Fleece. I can leave it once a week. I just spot clean, put in some fresh bedding over at the top, especially under the water bottle where it does get wet, and the smell is a lot less prominent. Now, I'm sure some of you have seen the Sawdust. The reason I have this Sawdust here is because, as I mentioned, I adopted some guinea pigs lately, and the Sawdust came with one of the guinea pigs. Not the biggest. This is the first time I've ever used Sawdust for guinea pigs. I used it in the past for hamsters. Not a big fan of the Sawdust, especially when it gets soggy. Haven't used it too much, so I can't really comment all too much on it. I just used a couple of bales I had, the wee tiny bales. And yeah, so I want to do a review on it because I don't really have much to say to it. I don't know what the benefits are or anything, but really the Easibed helps me a lot, and I would recommend, if you have a larger herd and you're not put off by the price, it's worth giving it a go. It doesn't look maybe as pretty as the Fleece, maybe just now it does because it's not been lived in all too much. They just got cleaned out today. On a side note, this is one of the new guinea pigs we got. This is Willow, and she is a Himalayan guinea pig, and she is absolutely stunning. She is over 3 years old, and I still can't believe she's that old because she's so much fun. She is jumping out of the cage, really trying to enjoy the free-ranging thing, settled in really easy with the rest of the pigs, no arguing, and from her body frame and everything, I just can't believe she's that old. She's just great. And there, of course, is Frankie, who you've met in the last video. Anyway, so as far as bedding go, if you want to have my top 3 favorites, it would be Flatbed, and that's way at the top, way at the top. None of the others come close to it. Flatbed is fantastic in my opinion, and it's actually, I feel very passionate about Flatbed, and I would recommend it. Next in the list is Easibed. It works perfectly for me. Again, it may not work for everybody because it is expensive. It does not look as pretty as Fleece. Also, if you have tiny guinea pigs, they like chucking it out of the cage, so you do have to tidy the room a bit more often. But it's super absorbent and it's a good bedding. And then third is Fleece, and I say third, it's just slightly behind it. If it wasn't, I still would like it a lot if it wasn't for Monica and her bed eye. Talking about bedding, one thing I never tried out is the layered fleece. So where you have fleece and then you have an absorbent layer, which often is I can't remember what it's called just now, but you use it on top of mattresses, incontinence pads, that's it, with incontinence pads in between. I haven't tried that out. I have tried out puppy training pads underneath the fleece, and that didn't really work for me. They weren't as absorbent as I thought they would be. May have been the brand. Again, I didn't try it out for very long, but I hear very good things about it. If it wasn't for Monka's eye and the cost, because it's quite expensive as well, don't actually know where you can buy them here in the UK. I could sew it up myself, I suppose, but the cost has put me off in the past because I don't know if it will work. But it may be worth giving a go. There's plenty of people on YouTube who own guinea pig and who are very knowledgeable, and they really recommend them. So, if you want to find out more, I would suggest you go get into touch with some of these guinea pig owners on YouTube, and just give me a shout if you want to find out their names, and you can go and check out their channels, and if you like the video, subscribe to them. So yeah, please get in touch with me, and I can put you in the right direction if you want to find out more. So sorry this video was so much about me talking. And I just realized I have been recording for 17 minutes, and I don't think there's a lot I will be cutting out, so I'm a bit worried about the size. But I do hope this video was interesting for some of you. As you know, I don't do this type of video very often, so please let me know what you think, and please bear with me while I try to make these videos a bit more interesting. I realize I talked a lot here, but I didn't actually show you much of the guinea pigs, so it will take me a while to figure out how to make these videos properly. It doesn't really help that I have to have the camera on a camera stand. The reason I do that is because I don't like my videos to be too shaky, and because my hands shake naturally all the time, my videos could get really choppy. Anyway, way too much information that you're probably not interested in. But yeah, that's me about, as it turned out, some of my first guinea pigs and guinea pig pet shop cages. But mostly this video was about my opinions on the various types of bedding. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there are some other topics that you want me to discuss. I know a lot of you want to have a video of me introducing all my guinea pigs and tell you a bit about them. I tried making those types of videos for a long time, and I'm really sorry I haven't managed yet, but I will eventually. So let me know if there's anything else you want me to discuss, or you'd like to find out my opinions on the topic. I'm saying here again, my opinions. It's what works for me and what I found works best for me, and most importantly for my guinea pig herd. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you check out my other videos, and if you like this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. It means a lot to us. Thank you, and bye bye.